So what's up guys, welcome back to a brand new Warzone video. Now for today's upload, we're going to be taking a look at the top 3 best weapons to use in Warzone as well as their class setups. But before we jump into that, I have a few things to say. So if you want to head on to the video, I'll put a timestamp on screen so you can skip to that and get on to what I have to show you guys for today's video. But for everyone who wants to stick around and listen to what I have to say really quickly, Carnage Clan is looking for active Twitch streamers and grinders who are, putting time into Warzone, putting time into Fortnite, whatever it may be, just generally grinding streams on Twitch. And I do that every single day. I absolutely love playing Warzone. I love streaming. I love bringing you guys stream highlights and Warzone videos, and I have been grinding for this team for well over a year now, just really actively trying to show them what I've got and show them what I have to offer in terms of streams and videos. And if they see, stream highlights over on YouTube, it's a good reflection of what you can see on stream as well as actually being in the streams. So all I ask is that you guys maybe go and drop a follow on the Twitch if you haven't already, or if you don't normally drop likes on my videos. Doing something as simple as dropping a like is so much more helpful to me than you think, so I would really appreciate that. But with that being said, let's get into the video. So what's up guys, welcome back to a brand new Warzone video. For today's upload, I'm going to be dropping you guys the top 3 best weapons to use in Warzone as well as their class setups. Now when I talk about the best, I mean the guns that are the most suitable in almost any situation. Obviously I'm not going to be putting a sniper on the list, as that is more for taking people out at long ranges instead of whipping it out in an SMG type of situation. So these guns are going to be 3 assault rifles, and yeah, like I said, they excel the most at doing multiple different things instead of it just being a certain situation, like an SMG being more close to medium range and a sniper being a lot more long and somewhat medium range. But you get the idea. So with that being said and out of the way, let's get into it. So coming in at the number 3 spot, we're going to be dropping the Kilo 141. Now the reason I've put this here is because, don't get me wrong, the gun is really good in Warzone, multiplayer, Grau War, whatever it may be, but comparing this gun to the other 2 on the list, it just doesn't feel like it has that punch and that kick to it that the other 2 do. But to compensate for that, it is very good at close, medium and long ranges, and it feels very versatile. So that's why I've put it at the number 3 spot, because yeah, the damage and kick just isn't really there, but the versatility and how much you can apply this to different situations is really good. So jumping on to probably what most of you guys want to see, we're going to be looking at the class setup for this Kilo. So the first attachment we're going to be rocking is the monolithic suppressor, the SynGuard arms prowler barrel, 50 round mags, the Cronin LP mini reflex, and the FSS close quarters stock. Now a little bit about this class setup, we're going to be rocking monolithic as the first attachment, giving us sound suppression and damage range. It is one of the most essential attachments in Warzone, especially if you're playing solo. Having a suppressor is really good to have, and this also gives us extra damage range as well, which suppressors normally don't. Usually they minus your damage range, but with this we get extra damage range as well as sound suppression. The barrel is going to give us damage range, bullet velocity, as well as recoil control, and that is why I'm not going to be using an underbarrel. I just feel like it's good without it, even though I said that about my M4 class and then I ended up switching it to commando, but we'll see how it goes. But for now, this is the class setup that I feel suits the Kilo the best. So next we're going to be taking a look at 50 round mags. Now the reason I like to rock this is because first of all, it just gives you a bigger clip. Like, that's basically it. Second of all, if you take out someone from longer distance and they happen to have a self-revive, which happens quite often, you're going to need a lot more accuracy to hit that target, and a lot more bullets will need to go into it. So then if they do go down, you'll be able to have the extra clip to finish them off, and it's just overall really good to use. Like I said before, it's just a bigger clip, and that's that. Next is a personal preference. We're going to be rocking the Cronin LP mini reflex. You can use GI mini reflex, whatever reflex or sight you want. I don't have a pinpoint sight for you to use. I just like using the Cronin LP mini reflex. Now to finish it off, we're going to be using the FSS close quarter stock. So previously I've mentioned that ADS speed doesn't really matter in Warzone. You're going to be taking people on at longer distances rather than like a close to medium range like shoot house, but you also don't want your weapons to feel like LMGs and feel really slow and sluggish, as well as FSS close quarter stock gives this gun the versatile feel that I mentioned, at close, medium and longer ranges. It just gives it the more suitable feel for different situations, and that's basically the class setup. So next up in the number 2 spot, we're going to be moving on to one of my absolute favorite weapons across the board for this game. We're going to be looking at the Grau 556. Now I know I mentioned how guns are in this list mostly suitable at a lot of situations. This gun is more long and medium range, but it packs a punch, man. Of course there are certain close range situations that you could apply this gun to, but for the most part it's medium to longer ranges, and personally I think this is probably stronger than the M4. I haven't used a gun in Modern Warfare in any of the modes that slaps like this this, man. It just has so much damage to it, and I feel like it can outgun literally anything at almost any range. Of course, snipers have, you know, an advantage in certain ranges, but I would say this gun can probably take it on anything else in the assault rifle category at any range. So moving on to the class setup for this Grau, we're going to be rocking monolithic suppressor, the FSS Archangel barrel, commando foregrip 50 round mags, and the XRK Strike Light 3. So a little bit about the class. Yet again, we're going to be rocking monolithic suppressor, giving us the sound suppression and damage range. We're going to be moving on to the FSS Archangel barrel. Now this gives us damage range, bullet velocity, as well as recoil control, and along with one of the best iron sights, if not the best iron sight in the game. If you guys haven't tried out the Archangel barrel, it is 100% the best barrel to use. If you want to check out one of my older videos I did about a month ago, I showcased all of the barrels and their iron sights for the Grau, so I'll leave that in the pinned comment down below if you want a better showcase of them. The Archangel barrel is without a doubt one of my favorites to use with this gun. As I said, it gives us damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Moving on to the commando foregrip, it gives us recoil stabilization and aiming stability, making this gun that much more accurate, and I just absolutely love using it. It just feels right to use with the Grau. I've tried out Merc foregrip and Ranger foregrip, and none of them give it that, like, they just don't feel as smooth, basically, is what I want to say. Commando gives it a really good feel, and it also doesn't decrease the ADS speed at all, because all of the attachments on this gun decrease it, so it's nice to have something not do it. And then we're going to also move on to 50 round mags. Same as last time, it gives us the ability to take people out at longer ranges, especially if they have you know, the self-revive kit. You'll need extra bullets to be able to take them out, and 50 round mags allows us to do that. The last attachment is going to be the XRK Strike Light 3. Now this is the first time I've used like a traditional stock in one of my class setups. It gives you the, like I said, traditional aim, walking, movement speed as any stock would, and this just allows you to move side to side in gunfights and swerve a little bit to put people off, because aim assist isn't very strong in Warzone, if any, and yeah, it's just really good to put them off by moving side to side within your gunfights. But overall, like I said, man, I just want to finish the Grau section off for this video and just say that you really do need to give this class a go if you haven't already, especially the Archangel barrel. It is like one of the most essential things to use with this class, and the Grau is an absolute melt machine. I absolutely love using it. So coming in at the #1 spot in this video, a gun that you will not be surprised to see whatsoever, we're going to be taking a look at the M4A1. Now I put this gun at the #1 spot for many reasons, and I'm going to get onto those. The first one being, this gun is just overall the best weapon to use in Warzone. It has the lowest amount of recoil, the best fire rate for the assault rifles, it's the most versatile for literally any situation. I can outgun SMGs, you know, close range with this thing. The M4 is just without a doubt the best weapon to use. Now I did mention before with the Grau that it is most likely stronger and has more damage than the M4, and it can melt quicker, but the Grau doesn't have the versatility and the ability to suit all situations the way the M4 does. It's so undefeated. As much as I love the Grau, man, the M4 has to take the #1 spot. When you're in Warzone, you want the best guns that are able to, you know, be best suited for all situations, close, medium, and long. Even if you have an SMG, sometimes it's not always the best decision to switch to the SMG, as you know, that weapon switch time could have you die, could be lethal to you, you know, mean life or death, like I said, and the M4 is amazing in every situation. So for this M4 class setup, we're going to be rocking monolithic suppressor, the stock M16 Grenadier barrel, commando foregrip, 50 round mags, and stippled grip tape. A little bit about the class, we're going to be rocking monolithic for the third time, giving us damage range and sound suppression, obviously very good. The stock M16 Grenadier barrel will give us the extra damage range, bullet velocity, as well as helping us with the recoil control. All of these work hand in hand, and now the best barrels to run in the game. A lot of weapons have this variation of giving you damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, and I highly recommend rocking them on whatever assault rifles you can use them on. I don't think they're on many SMGs, but there are a few. But yeah, these barrels are just really helpful across the board for everything, as they help you with what is all important. Obviously, bullet velocity is how fast the bullet travels to the target, damage range being how much damage it does at range, and then as well as with recoil control, helping you control the gun. Moving on to commando foregrip, we've got recoil stabilization and aiming stability, just helping you get better accuracy and have better recoil control. Stabilizing your gun and giving you stable aim is very important. Moving on to 50 round mags, I've talked about this I think 2 times in this video. It's another attachment I really stick to using, giving us the extra ability to take out enemies at longer distances, as that takes more accuracy and more bullets, so having 50 rounds in your mag is a lot more helpful than having 30, and it's overall really good to use. So moving on to the last attachment, we're going to be rocking stippled grip tape, which gives us ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. Now back to the kilo, I mentioned that the ADS speed in Warzone isn't too important, but you also don't want your guns to feel sluggish and slow and have like an LMG ADS like ADS speed, so stippled grip tape will give us aim down sight speed as well as sprint to fire. And if you don't know, someone someone's around the corner, you know, they pull up on you, having that extra sprint to fire speed could be really important and very vital to your gunfight, which could, you know, mean life or death. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to drop a like, drop a sub if you're brand new to the channel for more Warzone videos almost every single day. I stream on Twitch as well, so link for that will be in the description. I post, you know, class setups, best weapons, tips and tricks, all that type of stuff, everything Warzone related, as well as gameplay videos. So if that's something you're into, I'd love to have you here. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great day, and I'm out.